HTML formatting is one of the well-structured formatting arrangement which gives the information of the best available styles. PowerShell got the options available to convert the PowerShell objects into HTML formats using the commandlet called convert to HTML. Convert to HTML converts the .NET objects into HTML that can be displayed in a web browser. This is a very basic syntax of the converter to HTML commandlet with the frequently used parameters inside. If you have already used HTML, you should be familiar with the tags available with HTML like body, head, title, etc. These tags can be incorporated in convert to HTML commandlet as well using the parameters with the same names. For example, the body. The body is specifying the text to be added in the body section while you're using an HTML file. The head is actually specifying the content of the head tag that you used to use in the HTML file. Then the title also depicts the same that comes in the HTML file where you use the data in between the title tag. As parameter shows whether the output of that HTML should be in the format of a table or a list. So most of the cases where you are using the automation part and all, you used to specify it in the form of a table. And the kind of formatting that you have to apply into that table can be defined in the parameter called head. So in the head, you can pass on a variable with the formatting available with the HTML. We will be explaining this when we are getting into some practical examples. Pre-content and the post-content, as the name depicts, are the contents that are added before or after the opening of the table tag. If you're using the fragment, that will generate only an HTML table. The HTML, head, title, and the body tags are omitted if you're using the fragment parameter. So this is what the basic idea about convert to HTML commandlet. So let us try out some practical examples in action. Let us try to convert the get service commandlet to an HTML format. For that I am typing get service convert to HTML. I am giving as table format. Then in order to get that output in HTML, I am using the out file after piping it. Out file cps HTML out dot. In order to open that HTML to which we have saved this output, I am using an invoke item commandlet here. Invoke item cps HTML out.html. Let me try to execute this and see what is the output. You can see that we got a table structured output in the HTML format. Let me close it for now. The position where we are taking the get service output, I am using pipe here and type pipe select object name display name comma status. So I'm trying to find out the name, display name, and status of the services, saving it to an HTML file and invoking that there. Let us see how the HTML file looks like. Now you can see that it is well arranged now with the 3 columns that we have specified in our command. So this is how we can take the intended information from the PowerShell commandlet and take it out into an HTML file. So let me now show you how to use the pre-content parameter here. So in the same example, as a parameter of the convert to HTML, I am giving pre-content. So in the pre-content, I am typing something like report generated at the current time. In order to get the current time, I'm using $get date. I have to use the double quotes there in order to get the output of get date. So let me show you the output now. Now you can see that there is a pre-content that has been appended to this output with the information that we have passed on in the pre-content parameter. That is report generated at current time. Hope that is clear. So there is one more thing that you can do here. That is you can format this pre-content by using the HTML tags. For example, H2 is an HTML tag for the heading. It will make the font of this particular line into a heading format. Let me show you how it looks like. So this is how you have to mention that, and I'm executing it now. Okay, so now you can see that the report generated at the current time is now showing in the bold format. So that is what the pre-content is. So you can use the post content as well, like post content. Thank you. For example, I'm using that post content and executing it. Come down and see if you got something as output there. Yes. So you got the thank you written at the downside of your table. If you want to show something at the end of your table, then you can use the post content there. Now I'm going to show you another important use of this convert to HTML. I will be taking the output of two different commandlets and then combine it and then make it as a single report. So for showing that, I am going to use two commandlets, get WMI object for getting some computer details and get service commandlet for getting some service details of that computer. Then I will be combining both of these into a single report. Let me show you how we can do that. First of all, I'm using the get WMI object commandlet with the class Win32 operating system, then computer name. I'm giving VM1, then using the convert to HTML commandlet here, then using as table, then pre-content I'm giving something like operating system information. So the next commandlet is get service. As I told, get service, then using the select name, display name, and status. I will add one more column like start type. Then I'm using the convert to HTML there, and then using the same as table, then pre-content I'm giving as service details. First of all, I am taking both of these two separate variables like system detail equal to, and here service details equal to. So in order to combine this, you have to get the output of this as pure string format. So for that, you can use a pipe here and type out string commandlet so that the output will be in the form of a string. So if it is in string format, then only you can use that as a pre-content of another convert to HTML commandlet. Let me show you how. So I'm using a convert to HTML commandlet again here, and then use a title here so that it will come as the top heading of that report. I'm just giving as a system level information. In the pre-content, you have to give these two variables that you have captured in the above two lines. So in the pre-content, you have to give system details, comma, dollar service details. Next is the body parameter, where you can give some text that has to come in the body of your report. So I'm just giving gathering OS and service details. Now I'm taking the output of this to an HTML file with the use of outfile commandlet and typing cps service.html. I'm trying to execute this and see if it works without any error. Okay, so that got created. You can either navigate to the location CPS and open the service.html, or you can use an invoke item here in order to open it here itself. CPS and service.html. So let us see how it looks like now. So you now got the output as an HTML with the top end starts with gathering OS and service details operating system information, which is nothing but the content that we have given in the body part of this convert to HTML commandlet. Then you got the output of that, which actually was taken from the service details variable, which we got by using the get WMI object and using the class Win32 operating system. You got the details regarding that, in which server it is running VM1 and the name of that free memory, etc. So you got a lot many informations regarding that over here. If you're looking at this report, you may see that okay, there are so many blank spaces there. It would have been better if you would keep a table like format with some lines in between That would make this report more beautiful. So let us try to incorporate that as well. When I was discussing about the syntax of the convert to HTML, I was explaining about the parameter called head, which can be used to format your table with the HTML formats. So let me show you how we can do that here. In order to do that, I am going to create a variable named header with an HTML table format, and that will be passed on to the convert to HTML commandlet here as a parameter for the head option. Let us try to do that. In the header variable, I am going to pass on the style with which the table of the convert to HTML output should looks like. So here there is a tag called a table with some specifications that actually explains that particular table, how the table should look like and all. And this header is what I have to pass on as a parameter to the head. Let me type the head here, and I'm typing header variable here. I have to execute all these lines here to see whether that makes any change to the report that we have just created. Okay, so this looks more legible, right? So you can format out any kind of HTML report by making use of this header. So you can manipulate that header file to color these headings. You can manipulate it to bold out. You can manipulate the header to show red for this particular status called stopped. So many things you can do it using the header. So header is a kind of HTML formatting that you can very easily incorporate with your converted to HTML commandlet. So this is actually the basic knowledge you should understand about the converted to HTML commandlet. When we are getting into the automation part and all, many times we will be using this converted to HTML there. So for now, this is pretty fine. We will see you with another topic in the next video. Thanks for now.